when he transitioned, like
My family.
what did you think about that? Your thoughts, your
My family
personal
was a
thoughts.
little. Well, I didn't care. Like I said, I don't really judge people
What
unless they
was he?
really
Was it like
want to get to a far, like,
right?
either they be like, "Oh, I was born this way," "Oh, this and this."
Going crazy.
I think I'm the best bitch in the world, even though you know well.
Put that nigga
Like,
in the
come
hospital.
on.
Stop it. Let me ask you this. My fault. I want to ask you this. Do you think people like that who, like, let's say, are confused about their gender and they're confused and they go from, they change their gender or they're non-binary or they're X/Q. Do you think those type of people deserve to be hospitalized? Or, like, given, like, medication? Because isn't that, like, an identity crisis? Isn't that, like, kind of like, that's, I look at it as, like, you start from, if you don't know your gender or you don't understand what you are, because that's like, what's the difference between that versus a white guy identifying as a black guy or a grown-ass man identifying as a little-ass kid? Like, where do you draw the line of delusion? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that is a little delusional. If you think, like, you know damn well. Like, you know damn well. If you white and you think you black, please you can get in the
If you a nigga, you know you're not a girl. Like, you feel me? Like, if you're a guy, you know you're not a girl. Same thing.
But I will say that it all depends. Like, when I look at my cousin, I never judged him. It wasn't like he chose who he wanted to be, right? And I'm gonna say he because he doesn't care. Like, he really doesn't care.
Or he's a he.
How I he, she, it.
It's
He doesn't really care. You know what I mean? Until in his heart, he is still a he. In his heart, like, he will literally be like, I am still a man, but I choose to be a female because I want to be this way.
It's confused.
Is Jordan for that?
I feel like that's
confused?
I think honestly, like, being people who have transgender, who become a transgender, they have literally a mental illness. Like, you can't be a man for 50 years and then all of a sudden you're depressed, you don't like your life, so you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna chop the dick off and put a wig on. Oh, and now my life is gonna be perfect. No, you were born a man at birth, you're gonna stay a man, and just because you have a wig on it and look like a female, that doesn't mean anything. You feel me? And I don't think that's gonna solve any type of depression that you have, thinking you're gonna put a wig on and makeup. Is that really gonna make you feel better about yourself? Nah.
And sometimes it never means that the person is depressed. It always, if it wants to make them happy, if it feels like, oh, this is what they want to be, if it makes them feel comfortable, okay. I'm not gonna judge them for what they feel like they want to be comfortable as.
So if a white guy named Michael, he says, I feel comfortable saying nigga and being black with the gang, like, would that be okay? Or if a grown man who's 40 years old says, I feel comfortable being 12 again, I want to talk to little girls, is that okay if it makes him feel happy? Like, where do we draw the line? You know what I mean? Like,
no.
where do we draw the line? Like, because there's gender, you can do ageism.